I am sorry that you don't move the needle. 99% of the players in the league play in the league, but you don't move the proverbial needle that makes this a business. I'm sorry. It's the way it is.
That is just the tip of the iceberg. Nancy Lieberman, Hall of Famer, 40 minutes of pure gold, holding nothing back on the WNBA and Caitlin Clark. She's a native New Yorker and get her take on the Knicks. She had a great conversation with Walt Clyde Frazier. We'll get her take on LeBron James and, of course, the Big Three. Shine Time starts right now. We have a very special guest today on Shine Time to talk all things hoops. Joining us right now, one of the most decorated figures in all of basketball, the Hall of Famer, Nancy Lieberman. Nancy, welcome back to Shine Time. How are you?
I am wonderful. It's a beautiful day in Dallas, Texas. I'm on with you. I can't go wrong.
I mean, that's a winning combination right there. And I want to start with your primary focus today as we speak, the Big Three. And I love the Big Three. I love our friend Amy Trask. I love Ice Cube, who's been on the show. It is, of course, the best. The premier global professional 3-on-3 basketball league, founded by the aforementioned Ice Cube. Your squad, the Dallas Power, plays week 4 this Sunday, July the 12th, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Live from the Gallon Center, of course, in Los Angeles on CBS. Tickets are available at big3.com for just $25, by the way. What is it about the Big Three that keeps you coming back?
Hard to believe that it's year 9 for the league and it's year 8 for me because I was with the Sacramento Kings and my mom got sick in 2018. I didn't know how long I would have her. And I tipped my cat to Vlade Divac and Peja Stojakovic because they said, Nancy, no regrets, no regrets. Your mother. As I'm like, okay, I'll go to my mom. And I needed that time with her. I had her, for maybe 4 years, and she passed away at 92. And I'm grateful. But that opened the door when Ice Cube called me and said he's in a room with primarily with people that look like him, and that he wanted to make me the first female head coach in a men's pro league. And the cool thing about it is he said, I know your mom's sick. We'll schedule games in Miami. He also, said things like, I think you can win, which is what we all want to hear. Because don't check a box with me. I mean, he's a minority as well. We don't want to be in that box checking business. We want to be here because we deserve to be here. And then he said, you'll be the highest paid coach in the league. You'll make with Dr. J, George Gervin, Rick Mahorn, Michael Cooper, Gary Pay, all the guys make. It was pretty cool. And he celebrates me. He does not tolerate me, which is a good thing.
And that's amazing. And that anecdote is great. And that conversation, that's the right way. I mean, I love that with Ice Cube. That's what it's all about. Not to sound cliche, but listening to the word choice. I mean, knowing Cube, I'm not surprised. And here's something else I love. As part of its partnership with the Big Three, the Prostate Cancer Foundation, a cause that is very close to your heart, is going to offer free prostate cancer screenings this Sunday at 11:30 a.m. local time in front of the Galen Center's south entrance. Now, no ticket is required, and those who get tested are going to receive a free Big Three PCR jersey. So tell us why this cause is so important to you.
Jersey right here.
Oh, I love that.
We're going to check the box. It's a partnership with the Big Three and PCF. And the reason I got involved in this is Jay Harris from ESPN is my forever brother. And when he told me over a year ago that he had prostate cancer, I had heard about it, but I didn't really know much about it. And there was no way, Jay, you're healthy, we play golf, you look fit. I was just, it was a kick in the gut. And so I asked around because I needed to know more about this disease and the cancer. So I was connected with Gina Carruthers, who's the CEO of Prostate Cancer Foundation. Talked to her during the season last year. Then I went to California to visit with her, and I sat with her enormous team, and I said, I need to know, what do I not know? Fill in the blanks for me, and how can I help? And I found out that 1 in 8 men will have prostate cancer in their lifetime. 1 in 6 will be Black men. That's 2.5 times Black men to white men getting this disease. And we don't know the origin of it. And if they catch it early, like if you go get a blood test and you tell them to check the PCA, PSA box, it's the, prostate specific antigen. And you really have to advocate for yourself. You have to tell the doctor, I want you to check the PSA box, because sometimes they won't if it's not covered by insurance. If you get early testing, if you're 40, 45 years old, and maybe this is in your family, you have a 98% chance of living an incredible life. If you wait, or you're scared, or you don't want to go to your doctor, and it metastasizes in your organs, your liver, your kidneys, it's not going to be a happy ending for you. So this is something that if you check the box, and that's our campaign, Saving Lives Together. Um, there's so many men that I'm around who are Black men in my sport, in basketball, and my job is to just open those doors. It's not even a job. This is what I want to do. I want to be able to help and connect them to the Basketball Hall of Fame, connect them to the NBA Retired Players Association, connect them to Ice Cube and the Big Three. Guys, if you're watching me, hearing me, moms, grandmas, aunties, you have to advocate for your man, and you have to give them that nudge and say, you got to get a blood test. It's not the digital test that maybe could save you. I mean, we've come a long way with medicine and testing. It's a blood draw. And if you get that blood test right there, you are on your way to a healthy life. And if you do have prostate cancer, they can attack it early where you can be healthy, live a great life with your family. It's a choice. I mean, if somebody told me today, Nancy, you have cancer, you can either get a blood test or not get a blood test. You can live or you can die. Well, I'm gonna take that blood test because I have my son TJ, I have my family, and people are depending on me. And so I can't do it by myself. Prostate Cancer Foundation can't do it by themselves. And that's why we're teaming up. And I'm very grateful to the Big Three, because they're going to do free testing. Free testing. You're going to get a shirt. This cool mesh jersey. You're going to have people know in these cities that we care about you, as you should know. And you might not know us, but you'll know we care.
Very well said. I mean, these are important words, and we're going to play this over and over again because what you just said, I mean, that saves lives, Nancy. So that's really great stuff, and a great job by the Big Three as well. Now, your Big Three squad is off to a 3-0 start. Headliner, of course, is Greg Monroe. Could this be the year you capture your second championship as a Big Three head coach?
Well, this is, in my estimation, the best rosters in Big Three in year 9. There's a lot of NBA guys who are coming over. They took their last bite of the NBA apple. So we're just going to stay focused. It sounds like coach speak. We're going to go game by game, possession by possession. Greg Monroe, a 10-year vet in the NBA, assistant coach with the New Orleans Pelicans. And he has just been playing enormous basketball, and his commitment has been tremendous. Glenn Rice Jr., who was runner-up last year for MVP, it was him and Mike Beasley, neck and neck. He's had a willingness to score less, distribute more, play great defense, get some steals. Glenn's one of the best players this league has ever seen. TJ Klein, as you know, my son, he had a great game last week in Miami. He was 5 for 5, knocked down a couple threes. He leads the league in percentage. He's shooting 75% from the field, which he's got a different skill set than a lot of the other players in this league. It's okay. Everybody needs something. I have to tell you, Elijah Stewart, he has led virtually every league he's ever played in scoring, and he's a great defender. And he's now with us, and he's been our leading scorer. And we like our team. And then we got our young baby in Cameron Bino Smith, and he's coming in and he's working hard, and he's 26 and he's got young legs, and he's all over the court just playing hard. I like this team, and we'll see how we match up against Trilogy. They have five former NBA guys who mirror, my friend Steven Jackson's physicality and confidence. So we'll battle. We're not afraid. We fear nobody. We respect everybody.
I figured that'd be the mentality of one of your teams without question. I mean, that's right out of Central Casting. And, I'll tell you, it's kind of an eclectic group of coaches in the Big Three. So I'm curious, what kind of interactions do you have with the other coaches off the courts, on the court? Have you developed any close relationships with any of your competitors? We see the list of names right here. I mean, this is a who's who. I mean, it's fascinating. So I'm fascinated to get your response.
All right, so let me walk you through this. Gary Payton and I are inseparable. We have just loved each other for decades. Julius Erving, I go back to when I was 14 years old, and my neighbor took me to Julius Erving's basketball camp, and I was MVP of his camp, and he patted me on the head and he goes, "Well, young lady, if you work hard, you're going to do really good things." And I came back the next year in 1975, and I had the gold medal from the Pan Am Games. And Julius looked at the medal and he goes, "Where did you get that?" I said, "You told me to work hard, and I did. I made the Pan Am team for the United States. We won the gold." He was like, couldn't believe it. And I used to babysit his kiddos when he was living in Villanova. We have a long relationship. He was so great to my mom. Rick Mahorn, I mean, that's Detroit. I cut my teeth coaching in Detroit with the Shock. Him and Bill Lambier. Ricky and I have been friends forever. Steven Jackson is my superhero with his family. I just love him. Michael Cooper, again, we sat on the getting ready to hop on the Sprinter to go back to the airport the other day. It was 3:30 in the morning, and we talked about our family and wives and vacations, and just, I don't even know if we talked basketball. We just talked about, our life and families together. And I can go on and on. Calvin Murphy, I've known since I was in my 20s. We used to go to Europe, to Germany for Foot Locker and do clinics together. And one day, little Calvin was 12, and he got a little mouthy with me in Germany. And he goes, "I can beat you." And when it was over, he was crying, and Calvin was hugging him and telling him it's okay that a girl beats you. And really the one that I don't know well, but we just have this great vibe is Nick Young. And every time we see each other, I'd love to spend some time with Nick Young. I find him to be fascinating. There's fellowship and there's competitiveness, and we all want to kick each other's behind, but then we'll see each other at breakfast. How about that?
I love that. And I'm not surprised knowing you and the cast of characters involved and hearing those anecdotes. I mean, to be a fly on the wall for those conversations, I mean, it's just incredible. Now, I need to get your take on everything going on surrounding the WNBA's biggest name, Caitlin Clark. And I love Caitlin Clark. And I love what Candace Parker had to say. She's a legend, Hall of Famer, analyst, and she put WNBA players on blast. And I agree with Candace for voting Clark as the 11th best. Crazy is a great word choice. Insecurities from Candace, I thought, was a pretty great word choice as well. So you've got that. You've got all these physical incidents this season. You got Republican lawmakers sending a letter to Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA commissioner, on Wednesday, demanding that the league take accountability for multiple attacks. So what the hell's going on here, Nancy?
Well, sometimes, what is it? Sometimes when people win the lottery, within 2 years, they lose all their money because they're not used to having that type of access and money. But I will tell you this, I agree 100% with Candace Parker
Yep.
because, I mean, Caitlyn gets the crap beat out of her. F it's definitely something that there's jealousy, there's envy, because to me, she's in the top 3 or 4 players in this league. Some players play the game. Matter of fact, you're seeing a lot of players right there that have played the game, and she changed the game. Candace Parker changed the game. Nancy Lieberman changed the game. Taurasi changed the game. There's people like that, but she is the economic engine. So I understand that you should not get in anybody else's pocketbook because she has made virtually everybody who is under contract now, you will be millionaires if you're not already. And there would be no $2.2 billion in media rights being given to the WNBA. There would not be commercial, jets right now given to the WNBA. She accelerated everything. I mean, just look at this. Uh, Everything she does, and yeah, she's been injured, unfortunately, but I think people take shots at her, and you gotta look back and go, what kind of insecurities do you have that you don't like this player? Because remember the Jordan rules back in 19,
Mm-hmm.
84?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I don't know if David Stern said anything to, the league or to the union, like, hey, man, we can't hurt this guy. He's playing to, full arenas everywhere he plays. The ratings going up, the collective bargaining, the money's going up because of what Michael Jordan did to this league. Get your feelings out of this. Okay. I had a friend once, I still have him. His name is Warren Buffett. And he told me, do not make decisions based on emotion because you'll almost always make the wrong decision. The players who are taking shots at her right now, you're doing this out of emotion, and it's a bad look. It's a horrible look. Now, I think Congress and the government should stay out of this, in my
Right.
opinion.
Yeah.
But she's the type of player. Hey, who was doing the fist pump when he won tournaments with a red jersey? Tiger Woods in the 90s, when he was elevating the attendance and the purses and the TV ratings. I am sorry that you don't move the needle. 99% of the players in the league play in the league, but you don't move the proverbial needle that makes this a business. I'm sorry. It's the way it is. And, I was an unpaid pioneer, you're paid pioneers. You have somebody who's doing something special. It's not her fault and Angel Reese's fault that they came into the pros and they had millions and millions of followers from their collegiate career. Timing is everything. I'm not mad at one player in the WNBA for what you have. I am so proud that this league has elevated to give all of you jobs. Clearly, clearly, Asia Wilson is the best player in the world.
Of
Her
course.
consistency, how she handles herself, the MVPs, the
Yep.
championships. She's a winner. Her DNA is to win. She's amazing. That's why she has so many national commercials. That's why Angel has so many national commercials. That's why Kelsey Plum has so many national commercials. Sabrina, her shoe is electric in what she's doing with that shoe overseas. And certainly Caitlin Clark is at the top. I think she'll be the first $100 million player, female player in the history of women's pro basketball.
And you say economic engine, and you nailed it. And I don't even bat an eye when you say that's going to be Caitlin's salary, and I agree. And
She's
listen,
she's allowed she's allowed me, Cheryl Miller, Ann Myers, all the people you see on TV, on all the different streaming networks that are picking up the league. That's because of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and Asia Wilson. Okay, I'm sorry, there's some other great ones out there, but those are the ones that really push the needle.
they're needle
And
movers, yeah. So
There's
here's
nothing
the
wrong with
follow,
that.
Nancy, which I'm struggling with because everything you said, I'm nodding along. I'm with you. We're on the exact same page. And now people tune in for Caitlin Clark and you appreciate the WNBA and other players. So why do you think Caitlin Clark's presence has caused so much turmoil? What do you think has led to so many issues with Caitlin Clark's arrival in the W?
Clark came into this league with stature. She came in with swag. Who doesn't have swag? I had swag when I came into the league. I had fist fights when I came into the league. I was actually the bully when I came into the league. And I don't think, Alyssa Thomas is a bully. She's a physical player. She's like Rick Mahorn. She's like, Anthony Mason. She's like Alonzo Mourning was, Rodman was, all those physical players. I was like her. I probably would have fouled out at every game. But because she's so physical and she is, that type of player, do you realize that she has been in the top three for most valuable player the last 3 or 4 years? She's won gold medals. People don't even know how good she is because they're so focused on the physicality. But who else is shooting that shot from three? People were pissed at Steph Curry when
That's
he
right.
came in the league
That's
and
right.
he was shooting those threes, and every kid wanted to be like Steph Curry. Well, Caitlin is getting bigger. She's getting stronger. She's going to the rim more. She's going to get more contact. And she is, I don't know, her, uh, Olivia Miles, Chelsea Gray, three of the best passers I have ever seen in the history of our game, ever. Not just this season, 2026. And I just think, we got to lighten up, play hard, play to win, try and get your team to the playoffs. But don't play dirty. Okay, don't poke her in the eye. Don't hit her when she's not looking and knock her down. Even and I just saw that you know Kennedy Carter just got released by the Aces. It really started with that because that was
Absolutely.
just blindside Chuck. And Kennedy Carter is a hell of a basketball player, but you got to wonder why nobody keeps her on the roster, right? My favorite thing is, you this is why. And somebody else gets that contract. If Becky thought that she could be that player, she'd still be there in Las Vegas. But this league is so great. The competition, Cheryl Reeves breaks the all-time coaches wins in the WNBA.
And I think
And
that's
there,
what bothers me, Nancy, the most, that in so many ways, the WNBA is better than ever. Competition, coaching, players, teams, expansion.
fans, the fan base. Thank you to all
Arenas are being
the
sold out.
networks.
Yeah, and it drives me nuts that the players, they have this gift with the attention because of Caitlin Clark and who she is and what she brings as a needle mover. I love the way you phrase that. You reference, obviously, the Jordan rules. You reference Warren Buffett. I mean, it's all applicable here. I'm just struggling on how these players at times just don't understand that.
It's because it's emotional. They're in their feelings. Like, why am I not getting this? You know what? You might not. Am I on this show going, when people thought I was the best player in the world in the 80s and 90s, am I sitting on your show going, I can't believe what they have? No, you can either support the game or not support the game. I'm not saying you got to let her just go by you, or you have to not let Angel Reese, get double doubles. I know everybody's trying to stop them, but they came with a fan base. Some of the players in this league did not come with a fan base. How about this? Economics. Michael Jordan never played to an empty seat. Tiger Woods has never played to an empty gallery. LeBron James has never played to an empty seat. Caitlin Clark has never played to an empty seat because whatever arena she goes into, it's sold out. Very few people have had that power, that following. And I know you're scratching your head, go, why are our fans, Enrique, I think, said this, or Satu with Dallas a few years ago, they're playing the wings and people are wearing Caitlin Clark jerseys. And to their credit, they said, why aren't you wearing wings jerseys? And the line outside of these arenas, I mean, I can't tell you why, but we've been friends really since her freshman year in college. And we have a great friendship and relationship, and I appreciate my time with her, but she doesn't deserve what she's getting right now. And God knows if that gal gets hurt, like seriously hurt, you'll see it. You'll see ratings go down. You'll see sponsorship go down. And I'm not saying one woman is just totally responsible, because now we're getting to see more and more greatness in the league. Look what Stewie, I mean,
Oof.
besides Maya Moore, who's the biggest winner in women's basketball history? Stewie.
Yep.
She's still doing it. She won in four championships at
Mm-hmm.
UConn. She won championships, I think two or three with Seattle. I could be wrong. She won with the Liberty. She's unbelievable. There's so many great players in this league. Look at Nneka Abumake. I mean, she's playing lights out. She's gonna make the All-Star team for, I don't know, 12th year in a row. But people are starting to see the enormous amount of talent that this league has. And that's what we want, because, and I'll put a period on this. There's a 2-year-old that none of us know. And in 20 years, because of what these women are doing, in 20 years, she's going to be making 15, $20 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
I know we were fighting to be millionaires. That little girl is going to have generational wealth because of what this group of women did, because you're pioneers. You got nothing on me and Cheryl Miller and Ann Myers. You're pioneers. Just let's, and you get to play. And I love watching you play. I am the biggest WNBA fan. I make sure when I go to the Wings game that I shake hands with Jackie Young and like the ones that are very good friends of mine in the league. I want you to know I respect you, I appreciate you, and I'll buy a ticket to see you play. That's how good you are.
It's incredible stuff. All right, couple of NBA questions before we let you go. First, the Knicks. You're a native New Yorker. I mean, and you also, obviously, as a Hall of Famer, appreciate great team-oriented basketball. I have to imagine, Nancy, on so many levels, this was great for your basketball soul.
I have to tell you, growing up as a New Yorker and being a Knicks fan my whole life, even though I love the Dallas Mavericks and I work with the Mavericks, and I'll be a Maverick fan for life, because when I got here, the Mavs were here. That's 46 years later. And there's nothing wrong rooting for your New York Yankees or your New York Rangers hockey team, and now the Knicks. I was a little kid when Walt Frazier and Willis Reed, DeBusschere, Bradley, all those guys won the championship in 70 and 73. 53 years later, you could just see the joy and on people's faces. And I'm during the finals, I'm texting with Spike Lee, who I know is just going bananas. They need to give him a championship ring, by the
Oh,
way.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But after the game, I was texting with Carl and with Jose Alvarado. Yeah, he's a Bronx guy, and it when you're from there, yeah, it means a lot. And I thought it was so super cool that Mr. Dolan brought back virtually every Nick was invited to sit, and Walt Frazier. And I walk in my office where I am here about 3, 4 weeks ago. Walt Frazier's calling me. I got chills. I
Mm.
felt like I was 12 again. That my hero, the one that we're number 10 my entire career because of Walt Frazier. And it still had that visceral effect on me where I just thought I was a child, and I got goosebumps thinking that Walt Frazier is calling me, and he thinks we're here. I don't know if I think I'm here, but it just gratitude. We should all have gratitude.
100%. I mean, this championship is the most special championship I've ever seen, and you're giving me the chills as you tell that Walt Frazier story. And let's end talking a little Dallas Mavericks, because honestly, I kind of really dig what's going on in Dallas. I'm a huge Dusty May fan. That one, you could have knocked me over with a feather, but wow, just amazing. Cooper Flag is just absolutely incredible. He set the mood, the vibes for us. Masai Ujiri can't get enough for the Mavs heading into the season.
First, I want to say that, really what Patrick has done here with this team, new ownership, and uh, some people would say, well, they're starting new. They're starting great. They bring in, Masai. And if you don't know who Masai is, go Google him, what he did with the Denver Nuggets, the culture he established, what he did with Toronto when they had Kawhi and Lowry, and they win the championship. He just has this, he's got a cool vibe to him. He walks in, he's elegant, and he just has an enormous plan, a business plan. Then, so he knew his next job. Anybody worth their soul reaches into their breast pocket and pulls out, this is going to be my coach, this is going to be my GM, this is what we're going to do. You have to be ready for that moment. And you knew he was coming back for something special. So I thought it was an incredible hire. Then he brings in Dusty, and nobody saw that coming. They thought it was going to be Billy Donovan or somebody like that. And it's all about culture. It's all about, relationships with players. You have Kyrie coming back. You have, Cooper Flag, who just put the league on notice that he is one of the best two-way players in the NBA already. Everybody talked about his offense. Go watch the film on his defense and how many times he blocked shots and rotated over. And this is going to be a great year for the Dallas Mavericks. If Derek Lively, comes back and he's healthy, and he's going to find shooters. You don't win without shooters. You saw, look what the Knicks did in getting Bridges, and then bringing Josh Hart. And matter of fact, you need guys like that too. Everybody can't be a star, right? So you got Carl and you with the Knicks, and you got Brunson, but Josh is one of the best rebounding guards in the league, and he's chasing 50-50 balls. That's not in anybody's contract that you get bonus for 50-50 balls, or additional rebounds, or just how hard you play. And then you bring in Jose, and then you have McBride, and Shamit. You got shooters everywhere. And if you can get teams in rotation, and the Mavericks are going to do that, they're going to get some great shooters in here. Kyrie is, I can't wait to see him. I love that guy. He is such a special person, and a heart, and the things he does in the communities that you don't even know about because he doesn't want you to know about them. What he does for young kids, and taking care of the AAU teams, and doing clinics, and he just shows up. He's a really great human being. I like Uncle Drew, but I like Kyrie a little better.
All right, Nancy,
Those
last one.
amounts are going to be fun.
I think it'll be fun. I'm excited to watch them. I think they're doing a lot of great things. Last one for you. Let's say LeBron James called you and said, Nance, Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer, I need some advice. Where should I sign? What would you tell LeBron James?
I wouldn't tell LeBron James anything, but I would ask him a question. What would make you happy? Where would you feel more comfortable? I know you want to go to a team that has a chance to win, a fifth ring for you. Who could you fit in? Are you willing to play a role? I mean, was it last year? Like, if he goes to Philly, now Maxi, is that guy. Embiid, you don't know because he's been so injured. But now you bring Jalen, and Jalen led the NBA last year. 36% of everything ran through him. that's a lot of your offense running through one person. So how's that going to affect Maxi? How's that going to affect, Joel? How's that going to affect you, LeBron? So I would ask him things. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the fame. He's going to go down as one of the top two players in the history of the game, depending on, what age you are. It's MJ or, LeBron. There's nothing else he can do. He's never been arrested. He's built promise schools. He's donated money. He's shown people how they can use this game to be an influencer worldwide. So I think it goes beyond basketball. Does he want to play with Donovan? Does he want to finish in Cleveland? So those are things that I guess he will sit with his family and they'll talk about all those opportunities. And then, you know, uh, Rich Paul is there a better agent than Rich Paul? And he'll make it happen. He'll make it happen. But I personally want LeBron to be happy. He deserves it after all these years.
Very well said. Nancy, you're the best. I mean, this was a masterclass. This was an education. We'll be watching, of course, Big 3 on CBS this weekend, as we always do. Continued success. Always great to chop it up with you, and we'll do it again real soon.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on the show.